This month we're diving in to the movie of The Cat Returns, which I recommended this one for January. It is definitely one of my favorite Ghibli movies. It definitely encaptures just everything I love about a movie. It has romance, it has great characters, the story was really nice. I watched it in English just because I watched it when I was really young, and I thought, to get out of my comfort zone, because I don't usually draw animals, I decided to draw cats. And honestly, I think it came out pretty well. Considering I looked at the style, I tried to mimic it the best way that I can, and I wanted to give elements of each design their own personality. For Girgy's, I did a specific type of cat for, her and everyone else. And honestly, I made her fluffy. I made me a little more of a short hair. I didn't want to add too many clothes just because, from what I remember, not a lot of the characters had clothes. It was really dependent on what was going on. So I added Skylar as one of the designs just because, in general, this movie gives very much Skylar vibes, or at least he would fit really well into the vibe of the movie. And I had suggested to Girgy that maybe we could do a scene with the banquet. I also added Mon just because I wanted to see what she would look like as a cat. I think she also came out really cute. But overall, it was really up to Girgy to decide what she wanted to do. I only gave some suggestions. She suggested the beginning scene where they go and pick up the main character, which that one I was a little against because I felt like there were so many good scenes in that movie that I feel like it would have fallen flat, just portraying like how beautiful the realm where the cats were actually was, and that scene was in the human world, and the whole point of the movie was them, being in the other world and her trying to get out because they wanted her to marry the prince. And I just really love it. I also really enjoy that's in every sticker is different, and that's pretty much it. I just really love the movie. I think my favorite scene is the ballroom scene, but that's because I'm very biased to ballrooms and the romantic implications ballrooms give, not necessarily the actual scene in the movie, but just the overall scenery in the entire movie was just gorgeous. I honestly would have been happy with most scenes of the movie, but I guess the ballroom one particularly stood out to me the most. But overall, it was really fun to add the extra designs. It makes me feel like I have an opportunity to dive into other art with them later on.
What's up? It's Girgy. As you saw earlier in the video, this month's theme for the sticker is, I think if I remember correctly, the movie is called The Cat Returns from Studio Ghibli. I have only watched this movie, I believe, once. I believe it was Annie who had me watch it with her. I didn't know what to expect going into this movie. I expected cats. Yeah, I expected cats. And that's what I got. I got cats. If you were to ask me now what the plot is, once again, I could barely tell you what the plot is. I think the plot is she saves a cat from being mowed down by a bus, and turns out he's royalty, and she has to marry him. I really liked Annie's designs for this month. I thought they were so stinking cute. I love them. I'm pretty much a cat person. I love cats. So, given that fact, I really liked the designs. I thought they were super cute. I love that you can you can tell what kind of breed of cat they are. I love them. At first, I struggled a little bit with what I wanted to do for the sticker, because initially when I was like kind of spitballing with Annie was that I initially was gonna do the scene where like they're doing the parade in the street, and she was like, Girgy, I don't think you remember that scene correctly. And I was like, wasn't it like a big old parade? And then she showed it to me, and I was like, oh, I see now. So yeah, didn't go with that. I debated on doing the scene with the Baron where they're having tea. Decided to not do that because I really didn't want to do a whole background. I'm gonna be so honest with you. So I went with like the banquet scene that they have. Initially I wanted to do them dancing on the dance floor, but didn't work out that way. It just didn't work out that way. I do really like how the sticker came out as is, with me and Annie as little cats feasting at the banquet, having a toast to the new year. You know, this year I'm very excited to reveal each month's new sticker. I'm so excited for the themes that we have planned out for this year, and I hope our Patreons are excited too. I hope they love this year's set because I'm very excited. I think me and Annie chose a lot of really good themes, movies this year. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so look forward to the upcoming months when we post these videos showing our stickers, and I hope you guys had a great new year and look forward to what's to come.